everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to show you my lineup of planners for 2025, and I also wanted to show you how I'm going to set up my Hobonichi Cousin as well as my Hobonichi Original. The first planner I'm going to talk about is my 5-year journal. As the name suggests, you're supposed to keep the journal for 5 years, and every day you're supposed to answer a prompt that's written beforehand. It's a really cool concept because I think it's really interesting to see how my day could change from year to year, but I didn't want to keep writing the same thing every day, so I like that each prompt every day is different. You can buy a pre-made 5-year diary, but I couldn't find one that I wanted in the price range that I wanted, so I bought a Stalogy 365 and I wrote in all the prompts myself. As you can see in these clips, I'm not always consistently filling it out every day, and I usually do it in batches because it's very easy to forget. And when the prompt is referencing something in my day, I always look back on my bullet journal to see what I was doing that day so I can write down an accurate response. The next journal I want to talk about is my bullet journal. Because I'm using the Hobonichi system this year, I don't think I will be using my bullet journal as much, but I still wanted to show you guys different spreads that I want to do, or I wanted to show you guys different spreads that I'm trying out. And I still really love the creative expression you get with bullet journaling because you have to set everything up yourself. For my bullet journal, I'm using an A5 dotted journal from Archer & Olive, and this is actually my first year using their journal as my bullet journal, and so far I found the paper quality to be really good. The third journal in my lineup is a plain line journal, and I primarily use this because when I was bullet journaling, I didn't really have as much room as I wanted to really process some feelings I had. When I'm really worried about something, I find that it's best for me to write it down and really go through why I'm feeling the way I am, and I just find that this process helps me feel better. So I wanted a journal to have unlimited writing space, so I chose a plain line notebook for this. I found it to be very useful, and I like that I don't have to write in it every day and the dates don't really matter because it's just a plain notebook. It's completely undated, and I also think it's interesting to look back on past entries to see what was bothering me or what was making me anxious, and to see that journaling about it has helped me feel better about my circumstances. A notebook I almost forgot to talk about is my Commonplace planner. It's basically a go-to for all the important information that you need, and I really love this cover. It's from one of the Archer & Olive sub-boxes. The last two journals I'm going to be talking about are the Hobonichi Cousin and the Hobonichi Original. So the Hobonichi Original is basically the same format as the Cousin, except it does not have a weekly section, which is the vertical layout people usually do to show their schedule for the whole week, and it is half the size of the A5 Hobonichi Cousin. I know it sounds a bit superfluous to get them both, but it always stressed me out when I had something to write down, but I couldn't make it look pretty enough. And I know that's a very silly thing to worry about to some people, but for me, the aesthetic of my planner does matter a lot when I look back on it, because I want to see a nice product, but I also want it to be practical. So when I placed my large Hobonichi order, I knew that I wanted to use the original Techo, just the A6 version, as kind of my messy planner, so I can write whatever I want in it and it doesn't matter. see when I'm setting up the tabs, you can see that I already crossed some things out, and in a normal planner I wouldn't do that because not excessively. Like if I just say write wrong word, I would definitely cross it out, but you can see that I've crossed several things out multiple times, and it makes me comfortable knowing that I can do that in this original Techo, but it looks a lot nicer. I also like the Hobonichi Cousin because it has so much writing room, and I really want to use this primarily for memory keeping, so I might jot down little bullet points or quick notes in my smaller Hobonichi, but for the Hobonichi Cousin, I would like to really flesh out thoughts that I had about my day, or I guess I could also write about things that are bothering me because now I have so much writing room. This is also my first year really using a vertical layout to plan out my week, so I'm really excited about that. I also think because of the layout of the Hobonichi, it's going to be really good for ephemera because there is so much writing room. Those are my 5 planners for the coming year. I know it sounds excessive to a lot of people, but I've been planning for a long time, and some journals I am going to be using for more than 1 year, like the 5-year journal and the feelings journal. And for me, my creative expression really does come out in journaling, so I think this is a great outlet for me to really play around with stationery. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please comment down below telling me what planners you're planning on using next year, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!